Happy morning to all the dignitaries present here. On behalf of KSR College of Education, combined with Internal Quality Assurance Cell in association with Center for STG, organized for 7 days virtual faculty development program on NAC accreditation framework and documentation. A warm welcome to all the faculties to enrich your knowledge. We have successfully completed 3 days FTP program. We are move on fourth day, entitled on infrastructure and learning resources. A warm smile is the universal language of kindness. Now I invite Dr. T. Magendran, Assistant Professor, welcome the gathering.
Uh, Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, one and all present here. A warm welcome to 7 Days Faculty Development Program organized by KSR College of Education. Today, we gather to honor the vision of our late founder, Lion Dr. K.S. Rangasamy, MJF, sir, who is indomitable spirit and foresight continue to guide us. We are privileged to have the esteemed presence of our chairman, Mr. R. Srinivasan, sir, whose unwavering dedication has propelled us towards excellence. I extend my hearty welcome to our director, Mrs. Amuda Asaitambi ma'am. An epitome of passion and commitment has been the driving force behind the innovative initiatives taken at KSR College of Education. Next, I welcome our dynamic principal, Dr. P. Suresh Prabhu sir, with a vision to nurture and empower, stand at the helm, leading by example. We are honored to welcome our distinguished chief guest, Dr. R. Poonguzhali, Professor and Head, Department of Information Technology from KSR Rangasamy College of Technology, whose expertise and insights will undoubtedly enrich this program. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed faculty members whose unwavering commitment to academia has been the cornerstone of our success. Last but not least, a warm welcome to all the participants who have joined us from various walks of academia. Your presence adds immense value to this event, and we hope this program provides a platform for fruitful discussions and learning. In conclusion, this faculty development program is a testament to our collective dedication to the pursuit of knowledge and excellence in education. I hope that this program enriches our perspectives and foster a collaborative spirit among all present. Thank you and wishing everyone an enlightening and fulfilling experience ahead.
Thank you, Dr. T. Magendran, sir, for your fresh beginning. A woman with a voice is, by definition, a strong woman. It's my pleasure to invite Mrs. S. Devi, Assistant Professor, KSR College of Education, to introduce our chief guest, Dr. R. Poonguzhali, ma'am.
A strong, a strong woman stands up for herself. A stronger woman stands up for everybody else. Here we have such a strong woman, Dr. R. Poonguzhali, MCA, ME, PhD, Professor and Head, Department of Information Technology, KS Rangasamy College of Technology, Trichandur. She has teaching experience more than 25 years. Her academic achievements are she has published international level journals 15, national level journals 10, patent published 3. She has published book also. She is the reviewer in international journal. National and international conferences she has organized STTP, FDP, and one credit courses. Evaluator in Taikathon. She has been external academic auditor. She has certified C++ trainer. She has secured Elite in many NPTEL courses. She prepared assessment bank for AICTE SLA, reviewer for AICTE SLA assessment banker. She is the member in ISTE and CSI professional bodies. She has list of certifications also, project built a thon IBM, Python Bootcamp from Zero to Hero Udemy, Digital Teaching Techniques ICTACT, Computing Python, Python for Data Science with Elite NPTEL, Elements of AI, University of Helsinki, C++ Certified Trainer ICTACT. Here we have a search a personality. Please, ma'am. The session is hand over to our chief guest, Dr.R.Poonguzhali. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for your introduction. Good morning to all the participants. First of all, I thank Dr. Suresh Babu, Principal of KSR College of Education, for providing me this opportunity. And today we are in the day 4, and I'm handling the session related to infrastructure and learning resources. We know learning plays an important role, and without infrastructure, we can't achieve anything. So infrastructure is the ultimate resource that should be provided to both the faculty and the students. So when the infrastructure improves, we'll have access to the best possible resources and amenities which can help us feel safe, secure, and valued. So now we'll move on to the session, that is criteria 4. I'll share my PPT. It's not showing. Are you able to see my PPT?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
thank you. Okay. So we'll move on to our criteria 4, infrastructure and learning resources. And first of all, I'll say the outline. First, we'll see the motivation, why we go for this infrastructure and learning resources. And next, we'll see the NAC guidelines for infrastructure and learning resources, policy and the procedure, role of website in academic and administration, critical aspects, and question answers. So as a motivation, why we go for this infrastructure and learning resources is, first of all, we need the infrastructure, proper infrastructure for learning itself. So for that, first we have to create the infrastructure, and later creating, we have to utilize the infrastructure so that the students can learn and the faculty also can learn. So if they learn, they'll feel safe. And after that, after learning, we have to maintain the infrastructure. So that is a motivation here we have to take. And moving to the criteria, infrastructure and learning resources. Under that, we have 4 sub-criteria: physical facilities, library as a learning resource, ICT infrastructure, and maintenance of the campus infrastructure. So why this infrastructure is important? As I said, for learning, we need infrastructure. So if we have a proper infrastructure, we can make the students learn and the faculty learn, so that we can get a better outcome from our students. So what this infrastructure mean? It is nothing but the physical facilities what we have, the classrooms, that is the building, and the grounds, hostels, etc. With this only, we can run our program. So coming to the next thing, learning resources. What is that learning resources? It is nothing but ICT, ICT in the sense information and communication tools. What it contains? It contains the hardware, software, networks, and we have to collect all the resources which we use for teaching. That is, we have to, it may be in voice, or it may be a text, or it may be images, or it may be videos. We have to store it, and we have to process it, and we have to present it to the students. And if you are having a website, all of us are having our website. So in the college website, if we post all the things, it will be an unique identity. That is, everything what we do in our college should be in our website, so that the NAC committee can easily, they can identify and they can pass through. So by physical infrastructure for teaching and learning, the first thing we need is the classroom. Then the learning support facilities. Learning support facilities in the sense the projectors or the smart TVs, like that. And then the library and information resources we should have. And then the computing and IT facilities, and reasonably it should be modern. Even though we have IT facilities, we should have modern and scalable. Scalable in the sense, we have to increase the number, or we can decrease them. We should be able to increase or decrease the number. A number in the sense, if you are having computer systems, and if your strength is just 30 this year, next year it may be 40. So it should be able to increase. We should be able to increase the number of systems. That is scalable. And well equipped laboratories we should have, and auditorium we should have, and seminar halls we should have. And we have to highlight if we are having some ultra modern facilities, support facilities. Apart from that, what the support facilities we can have: hostel, canteen, sports and recreational facilities, healthcare center, student center, transportation, and facilities for cultural activities too. And general documentation, what we have to document. So also we have to prepare the document. Even though we have infrastructure facilities, not only improving the infrastructure facilities, just like that, we have to document it. First, we should have a master plan or a perspective plan. So this perspective plan is nothing but we have to have a detailed plan of the institution. And then we have to give a summary of the classrooms in a table form, like a room number, capacity of the room, and ICT facilities, whether we have Wi-Fi connection, whether we have projectors, and also the area of the classroom. And if you are having other information about the classroom, you can provide that also. And then the details of the laboratories which we use, and along with the equipments which we have, major equipments we have to detail. And then the details of library. So library in the sense, we should have a LMS system, that is learning management system, and that should be integrated with the library. We should have e-resources, and we should get the subscriptions for certain journals, like that we should have. And then we have to have a summary of recreational facilities and the sport facilities which we provide for our students, and also the recent augmentation and planned improvement of these facilities. So the augmentation is nothing but enlarging and improving the facilities and integrating that. And then we have to have the summary of safety and security measures of all the facilities. Apart from that, we should have the bill orders, budgets, audited statements of our expenditure. And also we should have the geotag photographs of all the infra facilities. So we have to have a geotag photograph. So how can we take this geotag photographs? Now we have apps. There are several apps are there. We can install that geotag app in your mobile itself, and you can take geotag photographs. So when you are taking geotag photograph, it will show the latitude and longitude and whether that is a particular location of your college. That will also be mentioned in that. And while documenting, you will be providing answers for several questions. And while giving the answers, use the quantitative numeric information. The data should be there. So they won't expect more explanations, writing theory like that. They need numeric information. If you provide data, then it will be easily reachable for them. So always use quantitative numeric information. And if the number is small, convert into percentage. What I mean is, if you are giving some 7 out of 10, if you are giving a number as 7, it will be very less. When you see it will be very less. When you put it as 70%, then it will be looking more. So if the number is small, convert it into percentage and you make use of it. And then focus on adequacy, relevance, and optimal use. So it should be adequate. What you provide, the infrastructure, that should be adequate. That is the infrastructure facilities what you provide, it should be adequate. That is, if you need 30 classrooms, you should have that 30 classrooms. You should not go beyond that. It should not be less than 30 or greater than 30. And then relevant. So relevant to the education, what they are taking, and optimal use. So that should be utilized in a proper manner. And the user capacity of the facility, that is what I said, depending upon the number of students, the classroom should be. So if it is 30, and if the capacity of the classroom is 30, and if you are allowing some 50 or 60, it will not be feasible. And if you are having any government sponsored facility, show some of its outreach users. So how it is used by the other people. If you are having some government sponsored facility, and that should be used by others also. What is the outcome of that facility, you have to tell. And if you are having any achievements, you can highlight that achievements, and you have to prepare various policies and procedures and SOPs. SOPs are standard operating procedures, and that you should have. So during COVID time, we have several operating procedures. So from that, not only for COVID, for normal use also, we should have some standard operating procedures. And these are the indicators and weightages. So for our fourth criteria, we have 4 sub criteria. So first one, 4.1 is physical facilities, and we have qualitative and quantitative metrics for each and every sub criteria. So qualitative in the sense, we'll be writing the things in a theory manner. So we'll be writing it, and QNMS, we have to provide the data for them. We have to upload the Excel sheets, and also we have to provide in numeric value. So for QLM, we'll be giving explanation for each and every thing what they ask. So for physical facilities, they have awarded 30 marks. They are giving 30 marks. And for library as a learning resources, we have 4 quantitative metrics and 2 qualitative metrics, and the total marks were 30. And for third one, IT infrastructure, the quantitative metrics is 3 and the qualitative metrics is 1. And we have 25 marks for it. And the maintenance of campus infrastructure, we have 15 marks. As a total for this criteria 4, we have 100 marks. So what will be the list of facilities available for teaching learning? What can be shown? So under physical facilities, we have again 3 sub criteria: adequate facilities for teaching learning, ICT enabled facilities, expenditure for infrastructure augmentation, excluding salary. So first we'll see one by one. Adequate facilities for teaching learning. So that is what I said, the facility should be optimally used. So optimally used in the sense, we should not go beyond that. We should not go below the number or above the number. We should use the facilities. So we should use the facilities what is provided. We should optimally use it. And so next is the academic support systems. So academic support systems in the sense for teaching learning process, what are the facilities that can be provided for the teacher and the student so that they can teach the students, and so that they can also the students can make use of the resources so that we can get a better outcome. So upgradation policy and procedures. So upgradation policy in the sense if you are upgrading from one level to the next level, anything if you do in your infrastructure, for that you have to write the policy. So first initially will be a writing a policy with version 1. When you are upgrading that policy, again you have to write the policy with version 2. Like that we have to move. Each and every year also we can upgrade the policy. And for some special programs, you can provide a unique infrastructure. See, for example, in our engineering colleges, we have special programs like artificial intelligence, like that. So for that, we should show some special infrastructure. So like that, if you are having any special infrastructure, or you have to show it uniquely. And ICT infrastructure. ICT infrastructure is nothing but information and communication technology infrastructure. That is the way which we take class through online, like the Teams or Google Classrooms, like that. Or the tools infrastructure is this, and the tools also we can make use of. ICT tools we can make use of it. We can show a flipped classroom in our teaching methodology. We can adapt a flipped classroom. What is a flipped classroom? It is nothing but showing a video, YouTube video of our same subject in the same topic. Some other people will be taking that class. We can show that video to the students. How can we show the video? If we have ICT facility in our college, we can show that video to the students. Either we will have a smart classroom, or we can have a projector with Wi-Fi connection or an internet connection, so that we can connect directly and we can show the students, and we can show the particular topic in a particular subject that is handled by some other resource person. So we can show the video, and then we can discuss with the students. So we can clarify the doubts. So that is called a flipped classroom. So like that, we can have several, we can make use of several ICT tools if you have a ICT infrastructure. Okay. KRC infrastructure. KRC is nothing but knowledge resource center. It is nothing but our library. So we should have a proper library. So apart from that, we can have a recreation club, and we can have canteen. We can show these things also. Canteen, medical center, restrooms, everything we can show it. And the institution, this is the question that is posted in the SSR book, that the institution has adequate facilities for teaching learning, like classrooms, laboratories, sports field, fitness center, equipment, computing facilities, sports complex, etc. for various programs. So what you have to do is you have to put a tabular column, and you have to list all the things. See the first one, ICT enabled classrooms, seminar halls, auditoriums. And then we have the laboratories, then the multi-purpose hall, sports field, equipment, computing facilities, miscellaneous ways. First we have to list out, and then you have to show the geotagged photo. You have to take the geotagged photo. See the geotagged photos. So they have a classroom 310. It is in the third floor. What is the name of the classroom? It is a mathematics laboratory. Okay. So here we have the mathematics laboratory, and then they are doing some experiment in that. So we have to take the geotagged photo like that. Then third floor 315, there is a tailoring unit. Again, you have to take a geotagged photo. So practicing the stitching. So this is one, I have shown a sample of one college of education. So you have to have like this, the photo, geotag. See the geotag, it will show the latitude and longitude. Along with that, it shows the complete location from where it has been taken. And like that, physical science laboratory. So this is laboratory. And then this is the classroom. It is a physical laboratory, and it is the teacher is teaching about the lab. So apart from classrooms, adequate facilities for cultural and sports. So we should have this too. So you should have a complete description of your playground and also the indoor outdoor games with the user rate. User rate is nothing but how many users are using it. That should also be specified. And what are the intercollegiate or university competitions or games that are going on for your college, and gym facilities if it is available, and yoga and meditation center, and then the building terraces, and then the cultural activities and the support equipment, recording, photography, and musical equipment. So what are all the equipments you have? All comes under the infrastructure. So if you are doing some cultural activities, you'll have the support equipment for recording, photographic, and also the students will be using the musical equipment. So that also comes under this infrastructure. See, you have to list out what are the labs we have: mathematical laboratory, tailoring unit, physical science laboratory, multi-purpose hall, yoga center, laundry, boys hostel, sewage water treatment plant. See, this is very, very important. Sewage water treatment plant, you have to show this also. So while visiting, the persons will be visiting there also, they'll see whether we are having that infrastructure facility. A mess, sanitary napkin, incinerator, domestic solar power plant, sports, RO water, everything we should have. These things comes under the again the infrastructure. See, the laundry, you have to take the photo, that is exterior also you have to take and interior also you have to take. So with the help of the geotag. Also multi-purpose hall, yoga center. So yoga center you should show it separately. You should show a separate classroom or one room for that yoga. And boys hostel. And this is what I said, sewage water treatment plant. So you should show that. And this one, sanitary napkin incinerator, it is a very important thing, because we have mostly girls will be in the College of Education, and you should show this incinerator. So mostly all the colleges are having, you just take a photograph, geotag photograph. And solar power plant, you have to show this solar power plant for energy saving, and also RO water plant. So all these things comes under infrastructure. So not only teaching, learning, apart from that additional facilities, we can add this infrastructure facilities. And after doing all the things, don't forget these things. That is, we will be having CCTV surveillance of our full campus, that you can say. And you should have the certificate of building safety from a disaster. You should get the certification, and also energy audit, like that auditor certifications also you should get. Energy auditing, what we call it as green audit. And fire safety certificate also you should get. And then certifications of laboratories or workshops from some other standard organization. If you are collaborating the laboratories from other organizations, we can get the certification from them. So these also you can mention. And while documenting, what you have to do, we have to upload the geotagged photographs of all the facilities which we have mentioned. And while uploading, we should have the college name and logo, and the tabular column of list of infrastructure facilities what you are providing, that you should mention. And after that you should have the geotagged photographs, and all the photographs should be labeled. What is the purpose of that photograph? you should label each and every photograph, and you have to convert the photographs into a PDF file, and it should be of less than 5 MB. Then only you can upload it. So if you are not able to upload all the things, what you have to do is just you create a link for you make all the photographs and you make it as a single PDF, and you can reduce the MBs. And even though if you are not able to upload, what you have to do is you have the PDF in your you keep it separately and create a link, and just provide the link to NAC portal. Okay, you can provide the link. That is, you have to keep a link in a page, and just you can submit it to NAC. With the help of the link, they can see and they can verify it. And also other thing is, you can have that all the photographs in your website, and you can give that link. So always the NAC people, they will expect all our facilities should be in our website. They can easily see it, and they can easily give grades for us. Always they ask us to keep the all the things in our website, and you can provide the web portal link. It will be very, very easy for us. So if you keep all the facilities in our website, then easily we can give the web portal link. ICT enabled facilities. What is this ICT enabled facilities? We should have a smart classroom. Smart classroom in the sense, we should have a smart TV. So smart TV, it should be connected with the internet, and the student should be able to search anything with the help of the internet and the smart TV. The teacher can easily take class using smart TV, and if there is any doubt, immediately she can search it and tell the answer for the students. And LMS, learning management system. Usually all the colleges have their own LMS, or otherwise we can use Moodle also. So what we have to do is we have to upload the learning management system, what you adopt in your college. So the details of that LMS system can be uploaded, and the geotagged photographs of all the seminar halls, classrooms, and when you are taking the geotagged photo, it should be very clear. Clearly, it should show the ICT facilities and all the bills, receipts, what you have got on the purchase of software or Wi-Fi, internet connections. All those things should be scanned, and it should be converted into PDFs, and it should be maintained in a separate file, and that should be uploaded, and all the uploads should be less than 5 MB. And they will also ask the additional information. In that additional information, you just give the web link. You post all the things in your website and keep the web link, provide that web link. That will be useful for us. So what is smart classroom? So the smart classroom, it will contain a smart TV and also a hardware and a software. Along with that, internet for teaching. And then natural language processing capabilities. Natural language processing capabilities in the sense, if you are teaching in English, you can also can process it and give it in different languages. See, nowadays we have several chatbots. So when you ask a question in your regional language, it will answer it. So like that, we should have that natural language processing capabilities too. And animated modules and videos. That is what I said. If you are handling a class called flipped classroom, you should have the lecture videos of other lecturers. They may be in abroad also, or they may be in other states also, or even NPTEL videos. You can have that modules videos of other professors, and you can show it to the students so that they can easily understand, or they can see it and they can ask doubt from us. Along with that, not only the videos of other professors from other states or abroad, we can also keep the videos of our own. So each and every teacher should have at least 5 lecture videos of their subject. So each and every subject will have some 5 modules, And for that 5 modules, just to give an introduction of each and every topic, so that you can have 5 videos each, and for each and every module you can give 1 video, so you'll get 5 videos. And these videos should be kept in the again website. So that should be also that should be analyzed and vetted by some other persons. That is the tedious process. Just will have the videos, that is enough. And remote access capability, live streaming, that is you can have a lecture of a person who is away from your college. That is live stream, video conferencing will be doing like that. So a live stream, now also we are doing this seminar, that is this FDP through online. This is a live streaming, we can show it to your students like this. You can arrange some teachers for your students from other colleges to take, so that you can live stream the lecturing session. Save class option, a lecture capturing system, that is you will be taking the class as usual, but your lecture will be saved. That is called lecture capturing system. The video camera will be there, you will be as usual, you will be taking the class, your class will be captured by the video, and that should be saved. So that facility should be available with us. And artificial intelligence enabled systems, that is artificial intelligence enabled system, what I said is that like a chatbot. So if you're talking in English, that should be translated into a regional language which is needed by a student, that should be done. So that is one example of AI. Okay, or otherwise the student can raise with their voice, ma'am what is this, that should be recognized and that should be answered. Okay, so that is also one AI. Like we are using Siri or Alexa, like that. So if you ask a call, our phone will automatically call the person whom we are mentioning, like that. That is one of artificial intelligence. So like that, if any student raises his voice, that should be answered. So that is the smart classroom. And then LMS. So that is what I said. Each and every college has their own LMS. Mostly colleges are having this Moodle. So this learning management system, it is a software, and this is used for administration, documentation, evaluation, tracking, reporting, and delivery of educational courses. So what it means is you can post your lectures inside the Moodle, and also you can post the syllabus inside the Moodle, and also the quiz questions. If you want to conduct a quiz, you can post the quiz in the Moodle software, so that LMS software, so that the students can attempt the quiz. Similarly, you can give any assignments, you can give it through Moodle. The students can write it and they can upload it in the Moodle. These things can be done, and after evaluating that, you can give a report to the students. That also can be sent to the students. So these things should be done by our LMS system. So we should have that facility. What facility we are having? So we should specify it, whether we are using a open source or whether we are using a cloud-based. So usually we'll be using Moodle. So for training, assessment, and certification, we'll be using it. And the Google Classroom, G Suite, we'll be using for taking online classes. We can use this Google Classroom also. So we should have a detailed explanation about the learning management system which we use. And this is what I said, 4.1.2% of classrooms and seminar halls with ICT enabled facilities such as classroom, LMS, video, sound system during the last academic year. This is the question in our SSR. So for that, what we have to give? We have to give a detailed classrooms, first year, second year, like that. Second floor, 206. What is the ICT facility available? LCD projector and Wi-Fi. Simply we can give like this. We can list out, and after this list, we should have a geotagged photograph. So for all the classrooms, you have to give. Along with that, not only classrooms, see, they have asked about the seminar hall. So we'll be having the seminar hall. We have to have a number for each and every one. That is for even we'll be providing room numbers for classrooms only. Not only that, we have to provide the number for the seminar halls, auditoriums, for everything we have to provide a number. So we have to say the type of ICT facility. So we have to list like this. And then see the geotagged photographs. Second floor, 206, first year B.Ed A, and the size of the classroom, 78.90. LCD projector with Wi-Fi. See, exterior view also you have to take, and interior view also you have to take. So exterior view with the room number, and it is a first year B.Ed A section. And here you can see the ICT facility. You have a projector and the teacher is teaching with the help of this ICT tool. So this is the interior view. So you have to take the photo like this. And then seminar hall. See the seminar hall, it is not two, it is a seminar hall, it is the exterior view and the interior view. So the projector should be seen in the photograph. So we have to take like this. And then learning management system screenshot. So see here, they have uploaded the learning things, that is the lecture videos in the website. So you have to do this. This is the best thing. So here in the website, we'll be having the academic. Under the academic, we'll be having several departments, and each and every department should have a set of, each and every department will have a set of faculty members. Under each and every faculty member, we should have this LMS. So in that LMS, they have to show what subject they are handling. So under that subject, they should post their lecture video. So see here, here it is mentioned, we can take the screenshot of our website itself. This is the website of a particular college, and then the lecture video of the particular faculty. So here you have to take the screenshot of this, and then what we have to do is it should be attested by our principal. So the photographs, each and every photographs, that is screenshots what we have taken, that should be attested by the principal. And in the website, you have to keep the e-material of your class notes, and also the lecture video of the person who is handling that subject. Okay, easily the students can take. Also the NAC team, they'll just verify and go. So next one is expenditure for infrastructure augmentation. So this is nothing but the expenditure what we have done for augmentation. Augmentation is nothing but enlarging. That is, we have to enlarge the infrastructure. So if you enlarge the infrastructure, we have to spend. So what expenditure we have spent for developing our infrastructure. So without salary, we have to specify it. So what we have to do, we have to upload the plan, and we have to upload the sanction letters, and then the structural images of augmented infrastructure, what we have enlarged. That structural images we have to upload. And then what you have to do is we have to upload the budget. So each and every college will be preparing the budget, and that budget should be uploaded with clear headings. We have to upload, and along with that, we have to upload the utilization statements, and that utilization statement should be audited by an auditor, and he has to sign and seal, and that copy should also be uploaded. So for this expenditure for infrastructure augmentation, we have to upload the things, that is the letters, and also the images of the infrastructure, and the budget we have to upload while uploading the budget. Also, we have to get the sign from the auditor. With the auditor sign only, we have to upload. We should have auditor sign, and also we should have the principal sign. Everything should be there, so that only that will be accepted by our NAC team. Otherwise, they won't accept. And also the utilization statements, it also should be attested by the auditor. So without auditor signature, they won't accept. Even though all the other documents are attested by our principal, so these documents should be attested by the auditor. So this is the thing. 4.1.3 percentage of expenditure excluding salary for infrastructure augmentation during the last 5 years. Expenditure for infrastructure augmentation excluding salary during the last 5 years. So you have to prepare the report of the auditors. So this is the index page. So in that you should have 3 things. One is certificate of head of the institution, and then utilization certificate, and then the audited utilization statements. You should, this is the index page, and in that you can create a link, and then you can give a PDF. So you can store the PDFs because it is for last 5 years. You'll have several pages for last 5 years. All should be converted into one PDF, and a link should be provided to that. And if you click this view, and that document should open. So in that way, you can keep. So I'll show a sample thing, that is utilization certificate. I'll show. So like that, you'll have the certification. See here, you have a auditor, chartered accountant. He has given a certificate. That is the annual expenditure for the infrastructure augmentation excluding salary during last 5 years. They have mentioned the 5 years and the rupees in lakhs, and that is signed by the chartered accountant and also the principal. Both should attest it. He has to give in his letterhead. So just I have shown the utilization certificate. So 3 things you should have. The certificate should be given by the head of the institution. That is, in the letterhead of the principal, you should have the certification, and then the utilization certificate, and then the audited utilization statements. Statements you should. This is utilization certificate. Second thing, and the audited statements also you should provide. So next is ILMS, that is Integrated Library Management System. So we'll be having a library management system, that is Integrated Library Management System. So this is a online library management system. So whatever changes, updates, upgradations, and new versions, everything should be available in our library management system. So for example, accession in the sense the student should be able to get the books through online. He can apply online, and then he can get the book. Barcoding. So each and everything should be all the books will be barcoded, and just using the barcoding sensor, they will just sense and they will give, and stack the distribution facility and inbuilt features. All the features should be in the LMS, library management system. So integrated library management system, in the sense all the facilities should be integrated in the library management system. Students should be able to view what are the books available. They can give a request of the book, and also they can come and take the book, and after getting the book they should return the book, and also they should be able to read online books also, and all the facilities should be there. And if and also about the administrator, librarians, details should be in the library portal. And A library portal, it must have a viewer counter. That is, all can view what are the books available, and also a free software. A free software or a open source. That is, we say it as OPAC. OPAC is online public access catalog. So open source, that is, books will be available. All can online books will be available. All can view it. All can view and study online also. And when you purchase the books, you should have that purchase order, and also the license in the sense, if you purchase any software, you should have that license and validity and the terms and conditions of the agreements. And even though we'll have some subscriptions, so if you have that subscriptions, there will be some terms and conditions, and that should be maintained. And all the other details, that is, the number of users using the library through online and offline, and we should have a ledger, and frequent use of the library, and how many users, both the faculty and the students, everything should be maintained. And you should directly, you can access the library portal, or you can use the link and you can paste it anywhere, and you can in your website. The library can be linked with the website, and when you paste the link in your website, directly it should go to the library. You can give the facility like that. And this is the library infrastructure and learning resources. And here you should have a bill for augmentation of library. That is the infrastructure which is established, which is enlarged for the library. If you are doing that, a bill should be provided. So here they have requested for a Avion CMS service. This is an augmentation for a library. That is some extra thing that is done in the library. So extra they are purchasing it. So for that, the bill should be provided, and that should be attested by the principal. So that bill is provided by the vendor who is providing that. That is invoice bill they are giving. That should be attested by the principal, and that should be maintained. And see this. This is a campus iLibrary OPAC. That is the open source access catalog. Access catalog in the sense, catalog will have several books. We can read the books. So this is a software. You have to take the screenshot of the software, and see here staff is requesting a book. So that is shown here. So like that, we can have a screenshot of your book. And this is institution has remote access to the library resources which students and teachers use frequently. So this is a remote access by the users. So here, this is a library management system. So there it is shown the e-journals which are available, and that e-journal is accessed by the faculty. So you can just take the screenshot, and then you can get the attestation, and then you can upload it. Okay. Then you have to say how many teachers they are using, how many students they are using the library. Then this is the subscription. So definitely all the libraries should have the subscription. So they should have the subscription of e-journals, e-Sodh Sindhu, Sodh Ganga membership, e-books, databases, remote access to e-resources, and they will list all these 6 things, and depending upon the number of subscription, your mark will vary. So you should have the subscriptions. You should have the Sodh Ganga and Sodh Sindhu subscriptions, and e-journal subscriptions all will be having, and e-books also you should have. And you have to provide the details of membership and the details of subscription. So what you have to do, you have to provide the screenshot of the facility. In the you can open it in the library portal, and you can take the screenshots. See, for example, this is the receipt of subscription to e-resources. See, the National Library Information Service infrastructure of scholarly content. So they have given the invoice. So the for 35,400, this end list annual membership fee. So they have paid and they have got the subscription. So that bill should be provided. So along with that, you should have you can have the e-journals and e-books. Here they have enlist, they have got the subscription, and after subscription they are having the list of journals and e-books. So next we have to say about the expenditure, what we have done for library augmentation. So what will be the expenditure for library? It will be of purchase of books, purchase of journals, and also having some subscriptions. So what we have to do, we have to upload the order copies and purchase of receipts, bills, etc. And apart from that, we have to give the audited statements of accounts. So while preparing the budget itself, you have to give the purchase of journals, purchase of books, like that you have to give. You may be purchasing some newspapers and periodicals. That will be of very large amount. Okay, so because each and every day you will be purchasing the newspaper and the periodicals, but that cannot be encountered, that cannot be taken by NAC. So instead of putting that newspapers and periodicals, you put purchase of books, and purchase of, along with that you put purchase of books, purchase of newspapers, journals, like that you put the topic and you fill the budget. Just you put purchase of newspapers and periodicals, they won't accept. Newspapers, it is not a purchase of book or journal, it is a newspaper, but we spend much of the amount in that, because daily we'll be getting several newspapers for all the departments, and for daily we'll be getting English and Tamil newspapers. So along with that you put the purchase of books, because that budget, it will be checked, and this budget, it should be audited, and the budget should be signed by, attested by the auditor. See here, average annual expenditure for purchase of books, journals, and e-resources, and here auditor report. So as I said, first we have to have the certificate of the head of the institution, and then a utilization certificate, then audited utilization statements. So here I have just provided the utilization certificate. So certificate of head of the institution, that will have the certificate by the head of the institution, that is by the principal with his letterhead, and utilization certificate, that should be provided by the auditor. That is what here I have shown. So it is the given by the auditor, and then he will be giving the annual expenditure for purchase of books, journals, and e-resources. So that will be provided, and then everything should be mentioned in the budget, and it should be audited by our auditor. And this one, per day usage of library, it is very, very important. Usage of library. Usually the students will not go to the library nowadays and take books. So what we have to do is, we have to make them to visit the library. Each and every day there should be some numbers, and also you can give online access. So you can have the football and login data for the online access. If you provide online access, most of the students will do this online access. You can show that too. So what they will ask is, they will ask the library register for the persons who came in and out. So nowadays we make it as online access, and also we have a online entry for physical presence of the students too. So we can have that. And we have to say the method of computing per day usage of library. That is what I said. When the student comes in, we physically, if he comes in also, we are we are making their presence using some softwares. So that also we can say. A number of users using library through e-access. Separately, you have to give e-access and the physical access. So number of physical users accessing the library. Everything should be given. See, this is the percentage per day usage of library by teachers and the students. Okay, so what we have to do is you have to scan the register. The main pages can be scanned, and you can provide a link, and you can upload it. So that is what here it is. A link to certified copies of ledger pages, screenshots of the data. For 5 days each for working months selected by the institution, and the document showing the number of teachers and students using the library or the e-library per working day, logins in remote access for 10 days each for 5 months during the last completed academic year. So they will be asking for one academic year, that is previous months in a last academic year. So just you can plan for it, and you can have the certification from our principal itself. See this, it is a certification by the principal in his letterhead. The percentage per day usage of library by the teachers and the students during the last completed academic year. So they have specified that students and the teachers put together 3,754 as an average. So percentage per day usage of library is 40.39. So you can prepare this index page, and you can get attested from the principal. Along with that, you should show the ledger or the online access. Everything, it should be scanned and maintained. You have to attach with that. So efforts are made to make available national policies and other documents on education in the library suitable to the 3 streams of teacher education by the following ways. That is, relevant education documents are obtained on a regular basis. Documents are made available for other libraries on loan. Documents are obtained as and when teachers recommend. Documents are obtained as gifts to college. So you have to have a document so that you are getting the relevant educational document on regular basis, whether you are getting the relevant documents or irrelevant document, that you should have the evidence. Along with that, the second one is whether you are providing the things on loan, other libraries on loan. So whether you are providing books to other libraries on loan, and then whether you are obtaining the books which is recommended by your teacher, and then whether you get any gifts. So students, they will be studying. After studying, they may return the books to the library. That is also gifts to the college, whether you are getting that in your college. So this is the special thing for our for your educational college of education. This criteria is not in other SSRs. In engineering SSRs or on other SSRs, we don't have this. Only in College of Education, you have this 4.2.6. Efforts are made to make available national policies and other documents on education in the library in the 3 streams of teacher education. So we have this, and I have shown just 2 examples. Teacher book recommend letter. So you should create this recommendation book recommended letter, and you have to get from the teacher what book they need, and the name of the author, publisher, and how many copies they need. You have to provide that, and who recommended this, and what is his designation, department, and when he recommended. And that should also that should be submitted to the librarian, and librarian, he should also sign it, and it should be given to the um, notice of the principal, and then he should order the book and he should purchase. So that should be done. And the other thing is gifts and donations to the library. So as I said, see here, one girl, Jivita, she has studied second year and Department of History. She want to give the books to the library. She has completed her course, and after completing, just she is returning the books. You can get the books from your students itself, or from other outside persons also you can get. But the easy thing we can do is we can get the books back from the students and we can have it in our library. But that letter should be attested by our principal. That you have to maintain. So 4.3, it is an ICT infrastructure. So institution updates its ICT facilities, including Wi-Fi. So we know ICT facility. So we need what we need when you are providing this ICT facility. First, they should have internet connection, and then we should have systems. Then we should have software, and then each and every year we will have a different versions of software. So we have to update the versions then and there. So we have to keep all the documents for this. So, and then also we have to maintain all these things. So for maintenance, we need technicians. So we need the technician's description also. And we have to, when you purchase a software, always will have a license. Whether we have the validity of the license, we have to see. If the license expires, it will not be accepted by the NAC member. So we should have the proper license. So full license we should have. So proxies are not allowed. So we should have the proper license. Or if you are having several labs and all the systems have the same software, you can have a single license and we can maintain the Xerox copies of the license in other labs. No problem in that. And then the year-wise status of hardware. That is the number of computers. So they will be taking the data for the last 5 years. So each and every year, what is the augmentation of the hardware? So whether you have added the hardware, whether you have upgraded the hardware, whether you have changed it to new hardware, that all those things should be there. The system specification should be there, and also the what are the switches you are using, what routers you are using, and the cabling details, connection details, everything they will be asking. So apart from this hardware and the status of LAN facility, LAN is a local area network for connecting the systems inside the lab. Use this local area network, and that detail should be given. And Wi-Fi connectivity, whether you have the Wi-Fi connectivity, and also the important thing is firewall. They will ask what firewall you are using, and the firewall, whether it is live or whether it is expired, and what are the things that is getting into the firewall and getting out of the firewall, that is needed. And then internet facility, so speed of the internet, that they will check in live. They will check what is the speed of the internet, and the who is the provider. ISP is the internet service provider. So who is providing the our internet, and then the virus, antivirus, what we are having. So we have to purchase the antivirus, and we have to have that antivirus in all our systems. When you boot your system, automatically the antivirus should raise. So you have to have the antivirus in all the system. And apart from that, you should have a ICT policy. So ICT policy, it should contain what are all the systems we have, how many systems we have, and what the policy we adapt. That is how many within how many years we or how many months we upgrade the system, how we are maintaining the system. So whether you are establishing whether we are establishing anything new, when often you will establish that. Everything should be in the ICT policy. We should have a book called ICT policy. And we can have everything in the website. You can create the policy and you can have the policy in the website. And along that policy, we can have the details about the process, how we are how many systems are there, how we are maintaining, and how upgradation takes place. So if you are having an app, that is also good. You can have that app also. And apart from this, you can say about UPS, uninterrupted power supply. You can have that too. Okay, so whatever technology you augment, that is you expand, that should be in the policy. And while uploading the informations, what you have to upload is you have to have the agreements. That is when you are getting any internet connections, you should have the agreements. Or when you purchase the systems, you should have the agreements with the company. That should be there. And the purchase order should be there. And the bill receipts should be there. And the system reports and the photographs. Everything should be there. And see, this institution updates its ICT facility, including Wi-Fi. So this is a receipt for connection indicating the bandwidth. So how much bandwidth we have? So for that we have this internet bandwidth charges. See here 50 Mbps. So they have given internet speed of 50 Mbps. So if it is greater than or equal to 50 Mbps only, we'll get full mark. So you should have that invoice and also the geotagged photograph of your Wi-Fi connection. See, this is a Wi-Fi connection and you should have the geotagged photograph of your Wi-Fi connection. Just I have shown two samples. And student computer ratio. They will ask this. The student number of students is to number of computers. And you should provide the number of computers in working condition. That only will be taken into account. And we have to upload the photographs of computer labs, not just the computers. When the students are working, you have to take the photograph and you have to upload it. So here, when you are calculating the student computer ratio, you have to detail the list of computers in all the departments. You have to take into account, and you have to consider the batch size. And then, so the batch size in the sense, 2022 to 23, how many students and how many computers? Totally all the computers and the batch. So that you have to put the ratio. See, as I said, if it is greater than or equal to 50 Mbps, the bandwidth of internet connection in the institution, if it is greater than 50 Mbps, you'll get full mark. And for that, you have to provide the agreements, orders, billing receipts, and indicating the Mbps. And details of available bandwidth of internet connection and the ISP, that is internet service provider details, and the leased lines. And wireless broadband is not accepted. See here, I have shown a geotagged photograph of the students working in a computer lab. And then the computer details. So they have a computer laboratory, computer resource center, language lab, digital lab, and in the principal room, admission office, IKSC room, and where are all the systems you have that you can get into count. So total number of computers for the students and number of computer for staff for office use, and totally they have 145 systems. And for staff and office, they have some 11 systems. So apart from that, they have 134 systems, and the total number of students in a particular batch is 424. Out of 424, we have 134 systems. So the ratio is 1:3.1. 3 students are using 1 computer. So this is why we have to calculate the student computer ratio. We have to consider all the computers in our institution and then a batch of student. And then we have to find the student ratio. And internet bandwidth available in the institution. So see here, I have shown a receipt for connecting in the bandwidth. That is 50 Mbps internet bandwidth. That is the invoice given, and they'll check the speed. I said no, they'll check the speed. We have online softwares available for checking the. They can connect the system, and through online they'll check the speed. So we can find the speed of our internet speed of our system. So it will show the download speed and upload speed. It will show just like that. It will show. So also we have mobile apps for checking this internet speed. You have to connect with the internet, and you have to run this, and you have to take a screenshot, and you can upload it. And the facilities for e-content development. So facilities for e-content development, that is we should have several things. We should have the camera, we should have the software, also we should have a system, and mixing software also we need. And there that lecture capturing hall, we should have a separate hall. So in that only we can capture the lecture video. So for if you have all this, you should provide the bills first. So whatever you purchase for the e-content development facility, that bills should be produced. So here I have mentioned only one bill, that is interactive board 10 touch bill. So that is 67,000. The invoice bill, it is given by a company. And then e-studio equipment, photos. So this is the e-studio of a college, and that should be a geotagged photograph. So this is a tripod portable camera. And then several things are there. For e-content development, we should have a system, we should have a mixer, and here they have a board, smart board. They have, instead of smart TV, they have a smart board. Okay, so using that also we can show it as a e-content development center. We should have a separate center for this. A separate room should be there, and that room is called a media center. So there, e-content development center. There you should go and take your lecture. Okay. So that should be visited by the NAC team. So you should show a separate room for this. Maintenance of campus infrastructure. So what are the things enter into it for maintaining the campus infrastructure? So first we have to plan how to maintain it. We have to plan. So for planning, we should have several inputs. So first we have to consider the learning environment, and then we have to get the needs and vision of the stakeholder. So who is the stakeholder? Stakeholder is our student and also the parents. Okay, first we have to satisfy them. We have to get the needs and the vision of the stakeholder, and then we have to get the input from our faculty. That is training and managing faculty. We have to consider them also. We have to get the input from them, and then we have to implement. Before implementing, we have to consider occupant health and safety. That also should be considered, because we are dealing with infrastructure. We have to consider the safety also, and then we have to implement and evaluate. So when you evaluate, when you implement, and then you have to evaluate. So while implementing, we have to consider the capital planning. We have to first plan what much amount is needed for this maintenance. That you have to plan. So after planning, we can implement and then we can evaluate. So for maintenance planning, we should get the input from the stakeholder and the faculty, and also we have to consider the environment, learning environment, and then the health and safety of the employers, and then with the planning of the capital, we have to plan for the maintenance. That is whether you are going to augment anything, that is whether you are going to enlarge or you are going to maintain as it is. So maintenance is checking all the things once again and making them ready for the next use. That is the maintenance. Always it should be ready to use. So you have to maintain the available resources as it is. And if you want to augment it, you can augment. So you have to plan for the capital also, so that we can achieve the maintenance successfully. So expenditure on maintenance of infrastructure. So for maintenance also, expenditure will happen. So we have divided this into two. One is a physical facility and another one is for academic support. So for a physical facility, what will be the expenditure? Expenditure will be from building renovation. So building may go old. We can renovate the building. It may go old, or we need some more facility in that building. So for that, we go for this renovation. And then cleaning charges. So because it is always 24 hours, it is 24/7, it is used by the students and faculty. So we should cleaning charges. And then the electricity bills. The electricity bills, each and every month will be having the electricity bills, and the charges for other utilities. Utilities in the sense internet will have, and property taxes you will have to pay. So several things are there. For physical facilities, we'll have some expenditure. Apart from that, for academic support, we have some expenditure. So that is nothing but the subscription of journals. So the charges for journal subscription, Shodh, Sindhu, Sodh, Ganga will be, IEEE also will have subscription. So for that we have to pay. So that thing, and internet charges, as I said, internet charges, and then auditorium charges, and paid learning software. So sometimes we'll be purchasing the software, but they may be given some subscription, like we will be paying and learning. And then the services hired for academic purposes, that is we can hire from other institutions, and uh, we'll be paying for them. So other institution, they may have the facility and we may get from them. That is outsourcing. We can hire from them and then we can make use of it. So for that we have to pay something. So that is also an expenditure. So we have two types of expenditure, physical and academic. So these expenditures detail should be maintained. So how we can maintain? First, the certification of the head of the institution, he should provide, and utilization certificate should be provided by the auditor, and the audited budget, that should be checked by our auditor. So a report should be prepared, and in the report the index should be this. First one, certification of head of the institution, he will provide in the letterhead, and the utilization certificate, it will be provided by the auditor's letterhead, and then we will be having the budget, and in that budget it should be highlighted expenditure for maintenance of campus and infrastructure. So that should be highlighted in the budget, and that should be signed by our auditor. So established systems and procedures for maintaining and utilizing the infrastructure. So we should have a policy, and that policy, it should says how to maintain and utilize the infrastructure. So you should have also, you should have the procedures. So what we mean by procedures, you can give a tender. You can give a tender for cleaning purpose. So we'll be having a person who will bring the sweepers, and he will be getting the tender, and for certain months he will be doing the process. So for that the procedure should be there. And outsourcing agencies, that is what I said. We may have an outsourcing agent. We can have that agent. We can give a tender, and they can do the work so that we can maintain and we can utilize the infrastructure. And if so, we should have that policy document. So you should have a policy, and we should have a procedure. So policy, it should say for a year you can give a tender, to whom it should be, like that we can have the policy. And open tender can also be called out. So effective utilization and maintenance planning. So if you are effectively utilizing the resources, and if you plan the maintenance properly, it is the contribution to the organization's instructional effectiveness and financial well-being. If you are properly doing everything, it will be a financial well-being of our institutions. So it improves, what it does, it improves the cleanliness, orderliness, and safety of an education's organization's facilities. And also it reduces the operational cost and life cycle cost of a building. And it helps staff deal with the limited resources by identifying facilities priorities proactively rather than reactively. So proactively, in the sense, we'll be making the things happen then and there, and we'll not be waiting for it happen. That is proactive. And increase energy efficiency and health of environment. So if you're utilizing the resources effectively, and we plan and maintain, then it will be a very good thing for our institution. And 4.2.2, it is systems and procedures for maintaining and utilizing physical, academic, and support facilities. Laboratory, library, sports complex, computer classrooms. So again, it is library maintenance, computer maintenance, campus maintenance, RO maintenance, water tank maintenance, etc. So this is physical and academic support facilities. Okay. See here, RO plant maintenance. So here we have a RO plant maintenance and water tank maintenance. See, water tank maintenance, we have water tank, and in that it should be maintained. Cleaning date, so it is maintained. Next cleaning date, it should be mentioned. So you have to take the geotagged photograph like that. So here also water RO plant maintenance also, that is about it mentions when it should be serviced next. So that should be maintained. Next, we came to this SOP for documentation. So here we have some standard operating procedures for each and every metric. So that I have consolidated and I have mentioned here. So 4.1.3, ICT enabled classrooms. So if you are saying ICT enabled classrooms, you should provide geotagged photographs. Document should be sent as geotagged photograph, and specific instruction only classrooms and seminar halls. Other than that, you should not do. So ICT enabled classrooms, that is said. So only classrooms and the seminar halls. Why seminar halls? In the sense, sometimes we'll be having more students, and we can give a lecture there. We can provide also guest lectures in the seminar hall. So you can provide the ICT enabled classrooms and seminar halls. And what not to be considered? No labs and workshops. Labs should not be shown here. Only classrooms and seminar halls. So other than that, we should not show anything. So 4.1.4, what is infrastructure augmentation expenditure? So this expenditure is nothing but the expenditure what we have done for infrastructure augmentation. Augmentation is expanding, enlarging. Okay, so that for that what expenditure we have done. So for that what we have to do, we should have a letter from our principal expenditure that we have spent. That should be mentioned in the letterhead by the principal. That should be attested by the principal. And then we should have a letter from the auditor in his letterhead. The auditor in his letterhead, they have to provide the letter, they have to sign. And after that, we have to mention in our budget. That should be highlighted in a color thing. In a soft copy also we can highlight. In PDF also we can highlight. You can highlight, and then you have to get the sign from the auditor. You have to get the sign from the auditor and the principal. You take the hard copy, highlight, get the sign from the auditor and the principal, and then you scan and you have to upload. Okay. And this 4.1.4 is not for maintenance. It is an expenditure for infrastructure augmentation. It is not for maintenance. No maintenance expenditure should be shown here. In the budget also, there should be separate thing for expenditure for infrastructure augmentation and expenditure for maintenance. That should be separated in the budget. And no recurring expenses should be shown. You should not consider the recurring expenses. Okay. And the third one is e-resources subscription. So we have to have the subscription in the sense that Sodh Ganga, Sodh Sindhu, IEEE, Scopus, SCI, like that journals we can subscribe. So when you get the subscription, you should have the details of the membership of the head of the higher education institution. So that is, they should give the invoice, bill or purchase bill, everything should be there. And then the screenshots of every journal should be there. And apart from that, that journal should be enabled in our library management system. And you should get the screenshots of the website. You can get into the website and then you can get the screenshot, and that can be taken as evidence and that can be added in our documents. And if you have a separate library portal, you can add that along with your web portal. So or just giving a link to that, you can enter into the, like from your website portal itself, you should be able to link into the library portal. And what things should not be considered? Soft copy of e-book should not be considered. You should not consider the soft copy of e-books in your normal books purchase. You should not show that. And library purchase. So whatever you purchase for your library, that is books or journals or everything, that should be audited. That should be shown in the budget. That should be audited by our auditor. So the consolidated purchase of books, as I said, you will be purchasing the newspapers and the periodicals. That will be purchased each and every day. You will have a large amount in that. But in the budget, if you just put the periodicals and newspapers, that will not be considered. So along with newspapers, or you give some other name, let it be along with newspapers, you put books, you put periodicals, everything in a single line and show a big amount. You can have a big amount of purchasing. So in that way you can give. And library usage. So you should have a ledger. If you are maintaining e-copy, then no need of a hard copy ledger. You can have the screenshot of the e-access. The nowadays students are accessing through the internet only. So you have the if they enter into the library portal through e-access also, you maintain the ledger in soft copy. You maintain the ledger and you can show that ledger also. So while checking the DVB, it will randomly pick 5 dates and it will ask the data sheets of the 5 dates. Again, once the DVB is submitted, after reviewing it, NAC team, they will ask some queries. They will again ask to send the data sheets. So if it is very large data, they will pick some 5 dates and they will ask the queries. Similarly, they will ask some 5 faculty members and they will ask the appointment order, their service, everything randomly they will ask. They will give some data they will pick and then they will ask. If they have any doubt in that, they will ask. And then the bandwidth. So we know if you are having a internet connection, so there are several bandwidths, and depending upon the MB, they will provide the mark. So if it is 5, then we'll get full mark. And you should have the bill. You should highlight it, and then the agreement. And only the least lines are taken and not the Wi-Fi. Okay, no, Wi-Fi, that speed test of Wi-Fi, that is not needed here. For bandwidth purpose, no need of that one. So you have to have the bill, you have to have the agreement, and also to which date you have to highlight that also. From which date to which date you have that agreement. That should also be highlighted and it should be attested by the principal. Then infrastructure maintenance. So maintenance, infrastructure maintenance, it should be separated from infrastructure augmentation expenditure. So this expenditure is different and that is different. Both should be separated in the budget. Highlighted, audited statement should be provided. So as I said, 3 things. One is in the letterhead of the principal, you should have that for maintenance, and by the auditor, and also in the budget. So this maintenance is for physical and academic support. So we have seen what are all the things physical and what are all the things academic. Physical in the sense buildings, classrooms, labs, like that. Academic in the sense that subscriptions, we have renewal of subscriptions. That is the thing. So critical aspects. So these are the important things we have to look into it. These are the important key aspects in our criteria 4. So percentage of classrooms and seminar halls with ICT enabled facilities. So when you are providing ICT enabled facilities to the classroom, you should be very careful. That is ICT enabled in the sense you should have a projector. Definitely you should have a projector. And then Wi-Fi connection, internet connection should be there. For all the classrooms, it should be there. If you are having some 20 classrooms, all the classrooms should have this ICT projector. Multimedia projector should be there. And internet connection should be there. So systems are not needed. So we can say our faculty will be using laptops. So that can be shown. Systems are not needed in the classrooms. Only projectors, it should be fixed. It should not be portable. It should be fixed. You should show a projector. It is fixed in the wall with the arm. So it should be fixed projector. And systems, no need. We can say the faculty is using laptop. That things are no problem, but you should have a internet connection. Whether you should have a LAN pin or Wi-Fi should be there. So 10 mark is assigned for that. So if you provide this infrastructure, you'll get full marks. And 4.1.3 is average expenditure excluding salary for infrastructure augmentation. We have to find the infrastructure augmentation, that is we have to find whether we have to augment it or not. We have to bring it to an optimal thing. That is, you should not, just like that, you should not waste the infrastructure. If you need, you can augment, or otherwise we can improve it in some other cases. You should have the average expenditure. The salary is not considered here. So other expenditure, what we have done for infrastructure augmentation, and that infrastructure augmentation should also be optimal use. If you have done the infrastructure and you are not using it, that is a waste of thing. So you have to consider that optimal use of infrastructure and all the expenditures that is done. So that should be clearly mentioned in the budget. It should be mentioned, or otherwise it will not be considered. and that budget should be audited by the auditor. The auditor sign should be there in the budget along with the principal sign. And then e-resources. E-resources, each and every faculty, he has to have that e-resource. That is, he should provide, he should provide the e-material. And then what are all the PPTs they have used, that also can be added. And YouTube lecture videos. So the lecture video should be posted in YouTube, and later that should be posted in the website. So for each and every faculty and for each and every module, they should have one lecture video. So the student should easily can go on the see the video. So that should be maintained. That should be maintained in the website. And then percentage per day use of the library. So that is the usage of library by the student and the faculty. It may be online or offline. So that will be taken, that is current year only taken, will be taken by the NAC committee, that is in the SSR. So, so only for the current year. So you can make the students to walk into the library, or you can make them to make use of the library. How we can make use of the library? When you are giving an assignment, you just mention the name of the book in which they have to refer and write. While giving the assignment itself, if you mention the name of the book, you have to search this book and you have to write it. Automatically they'll go to the library and they will search. Or you can provide the link for the online access in your library portal. You can just give the link, just they'll go and search it, so that we can make the usage of the library. In that way we can make it. And then if you're conducting some tutorials or practices, ask them to bring the book. You give open test. If we are conducting a tutorial, give open test. You should have the questions in that manner, so they can bring the, you ask them compulsorily you should bring a book, they'll go to the library and bring the book. You allow them to open the book and search it and write it, so that we can make the library usage in a much more good manner. And then institution frequently updates its IT facilities. Yes, IT facilities should be frequently updated. So that what are the IT facilities they are improving? Each and every college, they are changing the systems, they are upgrading the systems, they are putting new versions of software. Each and everything when they are doing, immediately you have to document it, or otherwise it will be forgotten. So frequently we are making the updates. So each and every time when they are updating, we have to make it as a document. Even then we'll be changing the versions of Windows then and there. So we have the campus agreement with the Microsoft Windows. So with that we can again and again will be upgrading the versions. So each and every time you can have that, you have to document it. When you are going to the next version of firewall, you have to document it. When you are providing a new software, even for teaching learning, so that should also be maintained. And student computer ratio, current year data. So as I said, all the computers in the institution should be considered, and one batch of students should be considered. We have to find the ratio. Bandwidth. So we should have a higher internet speed. Depending upon the bandwidth, mark will be given, and they will check the bandwidth by switching on the system and running the software. They can easily find the uploading and downloading data speed, and they will find it. So we should have a proper bandwidth speed. And the next thing is average expenditure incurred on the maintenance. So for maintenance, what are the average expenditure we have done? This is 8 marks is given for that. As I said, in the budget, it should be separated. That expenditure for infrastructure is different and the expenditure for maintenance is different. That should be shown separately. And then again, it should be audited by the auditor. Established systems and procedures for maintenance. So whatever thing we do, we should maintain a policy. Policy document should be there. So for all the criteria, not only for all the criteria, for each and everything, we should have a policy. You should have a book, policy book. So whatever question they ask, we can just show the book. We have the policy, so that we have done this. Like that, we can do it. So if you are having any queries, you can ask me.
Thank you for your fantastic overview about Criterion 4 infrastructure and learning resources. Your way of explaining is so good, ma'am. All the participants know about the Criterion 4 clearly. Thank you for your valuable presentation, ma'am. Dear participants, do you have any doubts regarding Criterion 4? Clarify through Dr. R.Poonguzhali, ma'am. Any questions from participants? Dear participants, any questions? Dear participants, kind information to all. We provide your feedback chat box. Ensure that the assignment is sent through the WhatsApp. Participants work out your assignments between 4 to 5 p.m. We will send YouTube videos. Follow it and kindly subscribe our channel. Cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you and to give thanks continuously. Let me invite Mr. V. Shankar, Assistant Professor, deliver vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. First, it is my privilege to say vote of thanks here. First of all, I would like to get the blessing of our Devaturu Lion, Dr. K.S. Rangasamy, MJF, founder of KSR Education Institution. I wish to extend my sincere thanks to our chairman, Mr. R. Srinivasan sir, who is always supporting and encouraging our concurrent. My sincere thanks goes to our principal, Dr. P. Suresh Prabhu, KSR College of Education, who organized this program. I also thanks to our chief guest, Dr. R.Poonguzhali, Professor and Head, Department of Information Technology, KSR Rangasamy College of Technology, Tiruchengodu, who clearly explained about the criteria of infrastructure and learning resource. I wish to express my gratitude to the outside participant who came from various institutions. Last but not least, thanks to our organizing committees and staff members of KSR College of Educations. Once again, I thanking you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. V. Shankar, sir. Thank you, everyone. We will meet on tomorrow's session. Now we will wind up. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. I end up with a quote. Infrastructure is the foundation upon which educational aspirations take flight, and learning resources are the wings that propel minds to new heights. Thank you. And also I thank Dr. Jai Ganesh sir and Rajalakshmi ma'am, keeping in contact with me and do it successfully. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.